So the other day I was thinking about dating apps, right? And I was wondering how they were getting on. And it turns out that they are not doing great. Bumble's actually down 92% since it first went public. And Match Group, the company which owns basically every other dating app, is doing pretty badly as well. People are falling out of love with dating apps, and this is affecting Gen Z in particular, who are becoming less likely to spend money on the apps. In fact, Forbes Health ran a survey and found that 79% of Gen Z respondents had reported experiencing some form of dating app burnout.
What is up, everyone? My name is Carlos, aka C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you are new, stop what you're doing. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos lately. Without further ado, let's react. So at the beginning of this video, I played you a clip by Fads. He's a pretty good YouTuber. I recently discovered him because his video, Everyone Hates Dating Apps, is pretty viral. So go check him out. You'll find his information and the original video in the description of my video. So let me kick this off by saying that I'm a 36-year-old millennial and I hate dating apps. I looked this information up. According to Pew Research, millennials were born between 1981 and 1996. Right now, we're between the ages of 28 to 43. I'm 36. So we older millennials are caught in the middle of what dating was like before dating apps and what dating is like after. I've told this story before in some of my other videos. The first time I went up to a girl that I liked and that I didn't know, I think I was 16, 17, sophomore, junior in high school. I grew up in New York, and I was walking home after school and I saw a girl that I liked just walking down the street. And I literally went up to her and I said, "Hey, do you have a boyfriend? What's up?" And she said, "Yeah, I do," and kept walking. And I think I said, "Hey, have a good day." All right. And I kept walking too. That was the first time I ever approached a girl. That's the only way that I could have had an interaction with a female in what? I was 18 in 2006, minus 2, 2004. That's what the world was like. You didn't have the option of hiding behind the phone screen and saying, "Oh, I like this girl. Let me write." No, you had to have a conversation. You had to go up. You had to talk. You had to get rejected because we all got rejected. So a big point that I want to get across is back then, before all this online dating crap, there was no other option but in-person interactions. You didn't have an app to talk to somebody through. You didn't have a bunch of people to swipe on. You had to go and talk to people in real life. Let's continue. Things started to change years later. Tinder came out 2012, and people started to accept, or it became more socially acceptable for people to meet their partners online or through apps. So fast forward to 2024, and dating apps are not doing good. A lot of people just hate dating apps in general. People are using them less, getting off of them, and a lot of people are also burnt out from using dating apps. Fads talked about this in his video. He talked about why people feel burnt out from dating apps. So some of the reasons are failure to find a good connection with someone, being disappointed by people, i.e. ghosted or lied to, the feeling of being rejected, and messaging multiple people and having repetitive conversations. What do I want to say about that? It's hard to connect with people. I think ghosting is a very impersonal way of dealing with people that you don't want to continue to date. I don't ghost. I've been ghosted. It feels horrible. And I think it's not a humane and respectful way to treat people that you don't want to continue dating. I never liked ghosting. I always saw it as something very cowardly, and I don't do it. Let's talk about the feeling of being rejected. Rejection is a part of dating. There's no way to get around it. There's no way to extract and remove rejection from romance. If you like someone, you have to let them know. And sometimes it might not be reciprocal, but that's the way it is. And I think men, just historically, are better at dealing with rejection because that's always been our role. We've had to put ourselves out there, express interest in women, approach women, and all of that stuff. So rejection is a part of dating. There's no way to get around that. If we look at just the trends that are happening right now when it comes to online dating, people are deleting the apps. They aren't paying for all these silly features that they're selling you. People are going back to more traditional ways of meeting people, like clubs, talking to people, joining groups so you can socialize and meet people. But there is a shift, and en masse, people are shunning dating apps, which I think is great because I think they're crap. Gen Z, for example, is ditching the apps, and they prefer to meet people in real life. Gen Z, I applaud y'all. That's great. One thought that I had while I was preparing this video is I wonder how many people who work for dating apps actually use dating apps, knowing that they suck and that they're not good at finding people partners. I would argue that people who work for dating app companies don't use dating apps because they know how crappy they are. So dating apps are evil, and their goal, if you're a dating app user, is to keep you single, because if you're single, you're gonna pay for subscriptions, super likes, whatever thing they want to sell you on the damn app. If you find a partner and get off the app, guess what? They can't sell you anything or make money off of you. So they're evil. And they're also designed so you don't find good partners, really. So I'm gonna play another clip from Fad's video. Check it out.
What this person is describing, without necessarily realizing, is this idea of adverse selection, right? The idea that just by having more and more information about who your potential matches are in terms of their interests, their likes, their personality, you can basically make dating apps be fantastic.
So in that clip, Fads talks about how if dating apps really wanted to, they could make the apps better and they could match people in a better way by getting information from people, having them fill out questionnaires where people talk about their interests, things that they like, their hobbies. So the matches are better, but they don't because it doesn't benefit them to have people find matches and get off the apps. They want to keep you single. eHarmony was a website that I don't know if it's still, I think it's still running, but it used to pride itself on talking about just how good their match rates were. And they made people fill out a ton of questions. They did a better job than most of these modern dating apps at matching people. So let me play another clip from Fad's video. Check it out.
The ideal situation for these apps is this weird middle ground where they want you to find someone you like, but not too often and not someone that you like too much.
All right, and we're back. So in that clip, Fats talks about how the ideal situation for these apps is you finding someone that you like, but not too often and not too much. Because like I've been saying, what happens when that happens? You delete the app. You don't use it anymore. Currently, Bumble stock is down. Earlier this year, Bumble changed its dynamic and is allowing men to make the first move. Tinder's parent company Match planned to cut 6% of its global workforce because they're not making as much money as they thought they were. So we see this trend. People are shifting away from dating apps and trying to return to more traditional ways and more organic ways of meeting people. And I think that's great. The final thing I want to say is I personally wouldn't trust a damn app, which makes money off of people being single, to match me with somebody and find me a partner. That doesn't make any sense. They would rather want to keep me single so they can keep making money off of me. All right. My name is Carlos, aka C. Appreciate you watching this video. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos next week. Peace.